Tracy Fleury, born June 13, 1986 as Tracy Horgan, is a Canadian curler from Sudbury, Ontario. She currently skips her own team out of the East St. Paul Curling Club in East St. Paul, Manitoba. She has competed at the Canadian National Championship 4 times and was the Northern Ontario Women's Junior Champion skip from 2005 to 2007. Fleury represented Northern Ontario at 3 Canadian Junior Curling Championships during her junior career, 2005, 2006, and 2007. She aged out of juniors in 2008 and began skipping her own rink on the Ontario and World Curling Tours. Throughout her women's career, she has won 6 Northern Ontario Provincial Championships, 2008, 2010, 2012, 2014, 2015, 2018, and went on to win the Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts in 2012. She also won the 2019 Manitoba Scotties Tournament of Hearts skipping a new team. However, before 2015, Northern Ontario did not compete at the Tournament of Hearts separately from Ontario, meaning she only competed at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, Canada's National Women's Curling Championship 4 times, 2012, 2015, 2018, 2019, and reached the playoffs in 2018. She also won the 2019 Masters Grand Slam of Curling event. Fleury was born in Sudbury, Ontario. She won 3 Northern Ontario Bantam titles and competed in the 2002 Ontario Curling Trials for the 2003 Canada Winter Games. She also won 3 consecutive Northern Ontario Junior Provincial Championships in 2005, 2006, and 2007. In 2005, Fleury actually did not skip the Northern Ontario team, but threw 4th stones. Instead, her sister Jennifer Wiley, who was second on the team, held the broom. At the 2005 Canadian Junior Curling Championships, Fleury finished with a 7-5 record, just out of the playoffs. The next year at the 2006 Championship, with Fleury at skip, they finished with a 7-4 record, tied for 3rd place with Nova Scotia, skipped by Sarah Rhino. This would mean they had to play in a tiebreaker match, which Nova Scotia would win. At her final trip to the juniors in 2007, Fleury once again won 7 games and lost 5. However, this would not be enough to make the playoffs. Also during her junior career, Fleury competed in 2 university curling championships, skipping the Laurentian University Lady Vs. They placed 4th in 2007 and 3rd in 2008. In 2008, Fleury's team graduated to the women's level, and the team qualified for the 2008 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts after winning the inaugural Northern Ontario Women's Championship. The team finished with a 3-6 record. The next season they also qualified for the 2009 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, having lost to Krista McCarville in the Northern Ontario final, which was good enough to qualify. The team finished with a 4-5 record. Fleury won her 2nd Northern Ontario Championship in December 2009, earning her team the right to play in the 2010 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts. There, her rink went all the way to the provincial final before losing to McCarville. Also during the 2009-10 season, Fleury won the Northern Ontario Mixed Championship with Jordan Chandler, Clint Cudmore, and Lindsay Miners. They represented Northern Ontario at the 2010 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship, where they finished in 11th place with a 3-8 record. Fleury's rink had 2 runner-up finishes on the World Curling Tour during the 2010-11 season, at the Royal LePage Women's Fall Classic and the AMJ Campbell Shorty Jenkins Classic. They were able to return to the 2011 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts by winning the 4th and final slot at the Northern Ontario Championship. They once again had a good showing at the provincial tournament by qualifying for the playoffs, but were once again bested by the McCarville rink, this time in the semi-final. Team Fleury, then known as Team Horgan, had another slow start in their 2012 campaign, placing 3rd at the Northern Ontario Championship. However, they would have another successful tournament at the year's 2012 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts. The team lost just 2 round-robin games, and would eventually upset the previously undefeated Rachel Homan rink in the final. Homan missed a draw to the button to win the game on her last rock. At the 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, Fleury and team would find difficulties throughout the week, finishing round-robin with a 4-7 record. Also during the 2011-12 season, her team played in their first Grand Slam of Curling event, the 2011 Curlers Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. There, they defeated higher seeds Ludmila Privitkova and Jennifer Jones in their first two games before losing 3 of their last 4 matches, ultimately being eliminated. Fleury's rink began the 2012-13 season well by winning the 2012 A&J Campbell Shorty Jenkins Classic. They also played in 4 Grand Slam events, qualifying for the playoffs in one of them, the 2012 Masters. However, their bid to return to the Scotties at the provincial 2013 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts was unsuccessful, with the team finishing with a 4-5 record, missing the playoffs. Later that year at the 2013 Pomeroy and Anne Sweets Prairie Showdown, the team went all the way to the finals before losing in an extra end to Mir Jambot, the world champion at the time. The Fleury rink secured a spot at the 2013 Road to the Roar, the Olympic pre-trials event. At the Road to the Roar, the team went 4-3 and lost the C event final on last rock to Val Sweeting, who qualified for the Roar along with Renee Sonnenberg. Fleury defeated the top 2 seeds at the event, Shannon Kleibrink and Laura Crocker. Following the pre-trials, the team went undefeated at the Northern Ontario Scotties Playdowns. By finishing first at the Playdowns, the team competed at the 2014 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. The team had a disappointing run at the provincials that year, giving up key steals in their losses to finish with a 5-4 record and ultimately missing the playoffs for a second consecutive year. The team was selected to represent Canada at the 3rd Annual Yichun International Ladies' Cup in Yichun, China from December 28, 2013 to January 1, 2014. The team went 6-1 in the round robin, with their only loss coming from Silvana Tirenzoni of Switzerland in the opening draw. The team defeated Wang Binjiu in the semi-final and Jiang Yulin in the final to win the event. Team Fleury had a successful start to their 2014-15 season, finishing 3rd at the Stroud Sleeman Cash Spiel and qualifying for the playoffs of a Grand Slam event, the 2014 Curlers Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic, for a second time in their career, making it to the quarter-final before losing to former provincial rival Rachel Homan of Ottawa. At the 2014 DeKalb Superspiel in Morris, Manitoba, the team lost their opening match to Colleen Kilgallen before winning their next 8 games. They defeated St. Vital's Jennifer Jones in the final and earned 22.5 CTRS points for their win. Just 3 weeks later, at the Curl Masabi Classic, the Fleury rink finished first in their pool after the round robin with a 3-1 record. In the playoffs, they defeated Patty Lank in the semi-final and defeated Erica Brown in the final to claim the championship title. At the 2015 Northern Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the Fleury rink became the first women's team to represent Northern Ontario at the Scotties. The team finished the tournament with a perfect 5-0 record, defeating city rival Kendra Lilly 4-3 in a close match. Team Fleury then had to win a relegation qualifier prior to the 2015 Scotties Tournament of Hearts in order to compete in the main tournament. During the relegation round at the 2015 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, Fleury defeated Carrie Galusha from the Northwest Territories 10-5 and then beat Sarah Colton from the Yukon 7-5. In the pre-qualification final, they once again defeated the team from Yellowknife 7-6, securing the right to represent Northern Ontario in the main draw at the Scotties for the first time. In the main event, they found some success defeating higher seeds such as Ontario's Julie Hastings and Saskatchewan's Stephanie Lawton. Headed into Draw 17, the final draw before the playoff round, Northern Ontario and Rachel Homan, Team Canada at the time, shared 6-4 records. The winner of their game would determine the 4th seed for the playoffs, and the loser would be eliminated. After leading 4-2 after 6 ends, they would allow Homan to score 2 points in the 7th end to tie the game. After a blank in the 8th, Fleury was heavy on a tip attempt in the 9th end and gave up a steal of 2 points. Homan would run them out of stones in the 10th end to win 6-5. Therefore, Northern Ontario finished 5th at the 2015 event with a 6-5 record. After the conclusion of the 2014-15 season, Team Fleury announced that they would add Calgary's Crystal Webster to the lineup in a 5-player rotation due to work commitments from Fleury's front end. The team found success early, advancing all the way to the semi-final of the 2015 Tour Challenge Grand Slam. They finished the round robin with a 2-2 record with wins over Eve Muirhead and Kim Moon-Young, qualifying for a tiebreaker. The team stole the 8th end of the tiebreaker against Chelsea Carey and went on to defeat Sherry Middaugh in the quarter-final. They were defeated by Switzerland's Silvana Tirenzoni 9-7 in the semi-final to end their run in the slam. It marked the first time Fleury advanced to the semi-final of a slam. Although the team struggled at the next slam, the Masters, finishing with a 1-3 record, they quickly rebounded and made it all the way to the final of the National. Up 4-3 without hammer in the eighth and final end, the team forced Rachel Homan to execute a difficult draw to the forefoot through a port to win, which was made. A month later, they played in the 2015 Canada Cup of Curling, where they went 1-5. In their next slam, the team lost in the quarterfinals of the 2015 Meridian Canadian Open. In playdowns, the team failed in their attempt to repeat as Northern Ontario champions, losing to Krista McCarville in the final. They wrapped up their season at the 2016 Players' Championship, where they finished with a 1-4 record. The team's success from the season left them in 7th spot on the Canadian team ranking system. Tracy Fleury began the 2016-17 Grand Slam season at the 2016 WFG Masters, going 1-3 at the event. A month later, the team lost in the quarterfinals of the 2016 Tour Challenge. Later that month, they picked up a win at the Sonova Spiel at East St. Paul World Curling Tour event. A week later, they played in the 2016 Canada Cup of Curling, which they finished with a 2-4 record. At their next slam, the 2016 National, they missed the playoffs again with a 1-3 record. They were more successful at the 2017 Meridian Canadian Open, where they lost in the quarterfinal. At the 2017 Northern Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, they again lost in the final to the Krista McCarville rink. The team finished their season with another quarterfinal finish at the 2017 Players' Championship. Tracy Fleury began the 2017-18 season at the 2017 Tour Challenge, where they finished with a winless 0-4 record. The next month, they picked up a tour event win at the Gord Carroll Curling Classic. After 3 seasons as one of the top teams in Canada, Team Fleury qualified for the 2017 Canadian Olympic Curling Pre-Trials as the number 1 seed. At the pre-trials, Fleury finished with a disappointing 2-4 record, missing the playoffs. A week later, the team rebounded by making it all the way to the semi-final of the 2017 National Grand Slam event. Team Fleury regrouped at the 2018 Northern Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, defeating Krista McCarville in the final to qualify for the 2018 Scotties Tournament of Hearts. The team would finish round-robin and championship pool play with an 8-3 record, in 4th place and a spot in the playoffs. They would lose the 3-4 page playoff game to Marianne Arsenault of Nova Scotia, eliminating them from the tournament. A few weeks later, the team announced they would disband at the end of the 2017-18 season, citing work and family commitments. In 2018, Fleury announced she would be replacing Carrie Einarsson on her Manitoba team, skipping the team of Celine Njagovan, Liz Fife, and Kristen McCuish for the 2019-2022 quadrennial out of East St. Paul, Manitoba. Fleury remained in Sudbury and plays with the team as their designated out-of-province curler. The team had a nearly full schedule in Grand Slam events, beginning the season at the Elite 10, where they missed the playoffs after winning just 1 game. Next, they made it to the quarterfinals of the 2018 Masters, which they followed up by making it to the finals of the 2018 Tour Challenge, where they lost to Rachel Homan. Outside of the Grand Slam Tour, they were invited to represent Canada at the second leg of the Curling World Cup, which they finished with a 4-2 record, narrowly missing the final. The following week they were back into a Grand Slam event, the 2018 National, where they won just 1 game. The following month, they played in the 2019 Canadian Open, again missing the playoffs. The team found success in provincial playdowns, winning the 2019 Manitoba Scotties Tournament of Hearts, defeating Carrie Einarsson 13-7 in the final to represent Manitoba at the 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts. A week after provincials, Fleury's played in at the 2019 TSN All-Star Curling Skins game, where they lost to Jennifer Jones in the final. The team did earn $32,500 during the tournament. At the Hearts, Fleury led her Manitoba team to a 4-3 record in pool play, but lost to British Columbia's Sarah Warkrink in a tiebreaker to get into the championship pool, which eliminated the team from contention. They finished the season off by making it to the quarterfinals of the 2019 Players' Championship. To start the 2019-20 season, Fleury and her team finished 4th at the 2019 Hokkaido Bank Curling Classic. Later that month, they won the 2019 Cargill Curling Training Center Icebreaker. Next, they played in the 2019 AMJ Campbell Shorty Jenkins Classic, where they once again had a successful weekend, losing in the final to Jennifer Jones. 2 weeks later, they played in the 2019 Colonial Square Ladies Classic, where they went undefeated until the final, where they came up short to Homan. Team Fleury had 2 more playoff finishes at the 2019 Curlers Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic and the 2019 Canadians Women's Classic, where they lost in the semifinals and quarterfinals respectively. Their next event was the first Grand Slam of the season, the 2019 Masters, where they qualified for the playoffs with a 3-1 record. With wins over Elena Stern in the quarterfinals and Anna Hasselborg in the semifinal, Fleury made her 3rd Grand Slam final. She would be successful this time, defeating Sayaka Yoshimura to claim her first Grand Slam title. The next week, they had a quarterfinal finish at the 2nd Slam of the season, the 2019 Tour Challenge. At the Canada Cup, the Fleury team once again had a successful run, qualifying for the playoffs with a 5-1 record. They downed Chelsea Carey 9-4 in the semi-final before coming up short to Rachel Homan in the final. Team Fleury capped off the 2019 part of the season with a semi-final finish at the 2019 Boost National Grand Slam. This meant they qualified for the playoffs in all 10 of the events they played in to start the season. To start 2020, the Fleury rink, along with 5 other Canadian rinks, represented Canada at the 2020 Continental Cup. Team Canada did not have a good week, however, losing to the Europeans by 15 points. They missed the playoffs for the first time during the season when they were knocked out of the triple knockout format at the 2020 Canadian Open. At the 2020 Manitoba Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the provincial championship, Team Fleury lost the semi-final to Jennifer Jones. They did have another chance to qualify for the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts through the wildcard play-in game, which they also lost to Jones. It would be the team's last event of the season, as both the Players' Championship and the Champions Cup Grand Slam events were cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Team Fleury added longtime skip and 2013 Canadian Olympic curling trials silver medalist Sherry Middaugh to coach the team for the 2020-21 season. Outside of curling, Fleury is an accounting and reporting manager with Laurentian University. She started curling when she was 5 years old, when her father Jerry Horgan put her in the Little Rocks program with her sister Jennifer Wiley at the Idlewild Golf and Country Club in Sudbury. Her brothers Tanner and Jacob are also successful Northern Ontario junior curlers, winning silver medals at the 2016 and 2018 Canadian Junior Curling Championships and a bronze medal in 2017. Jacob also won the 2017 Canadian U18 Curling Championships. Tracy is married to Brent Fleury and has 1 child, Nina, who she gave birth to in July 2020. Fleury won her first Grand Slam at the 2019 Masters, where she defeated Sayaka Yoshimura 7-5 in the final.